What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to episode 121 of Real Pop Culture. I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet because we got a great show for you, and I want to get right to it. Mr. Chad Houston came to the studio this past Sunday, and we had a great time hanging out and talking about the Cruisin Amory event coming up July the 27th. Couple of announcements real quick. I don't have my shameless promotion bell in front of me, but we added some shows for the Killj band. We now have every weekend, I think, in August booked. Let's see, of course, July 27th is Cruisin Amory, and you'll hear all about that in this episode, this interview. And August the 3rd, we'll be back at the Cowboy Saloon in Jackson, Mississippi. August the 10th, we're at the Rock House Live in Memphis, Tennessee. August 17th, we're back at Egan's Bar in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And just announced, we are going to be doing Seeking Seven's CD release party August the 24th at Tampico Bay, Columbus, Mississippi. Really looking forward to that. It's always a special event when a band releases a new CD, and the CD release party is always a big deal, so we're honored to be a part of that. Thank you for Seeking Seven to think enough of us to put us on that show. It's going to be a blasty blast. Oh, and we also have a couple of shows booked for September, but I don't have that information for those shows right in front of me. I know one of them is with Roses on Red. It's going to be a really cool show, and I'll tell you all about that, I guess, next episode. Or just keep an eye on our Facebook page. You know we announce all the shows there. Let's see what else. Immediately following this interview, we have a song by the band Colors That End in Urple. Congratulations, by the way, on the coolest band name ever. When you guys get ready to swap, let me know. Colors That End in Urple is Kim Coleman, obviously Kill Pop Culture alumni member. He's been on the show several times. 1817 Brewery. We got Brad Blaylock is in that band. He's the mayor of Amory, and Mr. Bubba Cheese. We have it's a live recording from their performance at the Rail Festival last year. So stay tuned right after the interview for that. And I think that's about it. And any announcement I unintentionally forgot. All right, we are sitting here live in the studio in person with Mr. Chad Houston himself. What is your official title for the Cruisin Amory event? The event coordinator?
Head honcho.
El Presidente?
El Presidente, I like that.
You like that? Okay, let's go with that then. Man, I'm so glad you were able to do this. I've been wanting to get you in here like the last couple of years, and my schedule just wasn't, I couldn't line it up to where we did it right before the event. Right. This year it's fallen perfect because we're coming up, like today's record this is the 14th, and so that'll be the 27th. We'll be Cruisin Amory IV. I can't believe it's already been 4 years.
Yep.
And I know you've told the origin story a lot of times. My friend Ray Van Dusen, you did a thing with him.
Right. I love Ray.
Yeah, Ray's awesome. You did a thing with him, and you've told us several times. But for anybody listening that hasn't heard, give us kind of like the backstory on how all this got started.
So listen, it was me and my wife. We were headed down the coast for our 25th anniversary, and I don't know, we were just taking our time, kind of stopping at little antique stores along the way, and we happened upon this Volkswagen bus in Robertsdale, Alabama. And dude, as soon as I saw the thing, man, I'm like, we turned around right then, because I've been wanting one for years. And this one was, it's right up my alley. So we pulled back in and checked it out. We ended up buying it and bringing it home. And so that first weekend that we had it back, me and the family took it out for ice cream one Sunday night, cruising around, and because listen, that's what I did when I was growing up. We cruised the loop, dude.
Absolutely, that was our social media.
Right.
That was our cell phone.
Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. We got out, we cruised the loop. If you wanted to know where your friends were back then, you didn't call them up. You just got in your car.
You went to Amory
and went and found them.
Yeah,
right. So anyway, we were cruising around, and dude, I was like dumbfounded that there was nobody in Amory. It was a Sunday night, and there was not a car to be found. And I don't know, I just got to thinking about it, and I'm like, it made me sad not not just that they don't do it anymore, but I was kind of sad for my kids that they wouldn't be able to have that kind of socialization experience that I had.
Yeah, it's almost hard to explain to a kid.
Right.
When you talk about, they're like, okay, so you drove in a circle?
Right.
Well, yeah, but there was a lot more to it than that. Like, we didn't have cell phones.
It's like
we didn't have
that
internet.
Sunday night, telling them what I did on that first Sunday night was, it was meaningless to them because if nobody was in town, you know. But anyway, I'd already been thinking about, kind of starting some kind of event that was like a cruising reunion where one night a year we would all come back out and cruise the old loop like we used to. And so anyway, I just made mention of it on my personal Facebook page. I kind of threw the idea out there, and literally, the rest is history, dude. I mean, it just kind of, it kind of took off. It was like,
viral is an understatement.
Right. It was almost like it was an event just waiting to happen, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
All I did was I kind of planted the seed, and of course, like I said, the idea kind of went maybe not viral, but viral for a post that I might would have done, and it just got shared and liked hundreds of times, and so I just decided, hey, if this many people are into it, then, why not just try it out and see what happens? And so that's what I did. I mean, that first year, dude, it was like I didn't have any money to pay anybody.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm just telling the bands that I got to play, I'm like, listen, I can't pay y'all anything, but I think this will be pretty cool if y'all want to just come out and consider it like band practice or whatever. And,
Right.
I had a T-shirt. Kathy Parker did our first T-shirt, and of course, dude, if you got a T-shirt, that kind of legitimizes your event anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the difference between you can go from a backyard barbecue to an event real quick if there's T-shirts.
Right, with a T-shirt. That's exactly right, dude. So, believe it or not, I think the T-shirt was probably a big part of it too. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day,
shirts are really cool, by the way.
Oh, thank you, dude. I was kind of proud of this year's design.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's turned into a really, really fun event that. And like you said, I heard you last week, you mentioned, listen, you can see folks with their grandparents, 3 generations cruising around in one car, and you just don't see that every day,
It's
dude.
like a whole generation of people.
Right.
Yeah. It's really cool, man. And the social aspect is the way it's bringing people together. I mean, you know how it is when you go to like a wedding or a funeral and you see people that you've lost touch with. You're still friends with them, but life has kind of gotten in the way, and you're like, man, let's don't wait till something like this happens for us to see each other.
Right.
To me, Cruisin Amory is a way for me to see like my high school friends and people like that again, I'm still friendly with. I just don't get time to spend with them like I want to, and you see all those people from back in the day.
Right. It's like like I said, it's it's just like a big cruising reunion. And I don't know. I think it's I think it's a great night of fun for everybody who comes out.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that it got so big so quick. Like you said, it was like an event waiting to happen.
Right.
Usually, when you and me being an event planner myself, I'm just dumbfounded by this. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, how did he do this? What magic are you working here? Because normally it's like, okay, I'm going to start this event. It's going to be, kind of humble at first, and it's going to grow every year, which this is still doing.
Right.
But yet that first year was huge.
Yeah, dude, it was a hit from the start.
Absolutely.
And even, the first year it rained, which was, kind of a hindrance the first year. But, man, that's the good thing about this event, dude. Listen, it's happening in summer, which is hot in summer, but listen, if it rains, if it's hot, it doesn't matter because you're in your car. Just flip your air conditioner on and, cruise around till it quits raining.
The nights aren't,
right, not that bad. And, but yeah, dude, it has gotten huge, man.
So is it still just you, or have you got a staff now that you work with?
No, it's pretty much just me, and
you?
Still got kind of a shoestring budget. We do have sponsors now, but it's the money that I get is every single penny of it is now doled out. And I try to because it's not really this is not a for-profit event. At the end of the day, all I really wanted to do was just having to put on an event that everybody could come out and have a good time, and whatever proceeds are left over, we give the Humane Society. And this year we're actually the T-shirt sales are going to the food pantry. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool, dude. And that's
really cool.
so that's but still, it's just
most of the time when
it's
people
just me.
see like a lot of corporate entities will see an event like this and they'll see dollar signs.
Right.
No.
No.
It's cool that you're keeping it.
Right. I'm not that away. And honestly, like I've kind of made a commitment not to bring in like outside vendors from anyone that's not local, because at the end of the day, what I want for this event is, and that's, listen, from the very beginning, I wanted to rely on the businesses that are in Amory to provide what I needed for this event. Like Bill's Hamburger staying open late. It's just, I was thinking that first event, I'm like, I went to them and said, hey, will y'all stay open late for this? And like that immediately was a hit,
Oh, yeah, why wouldn't
Bill's
they?
Hamburger staying open late.
All these people that are going to be here,
right.
Thousands of people.
Right. And like Nights Drive-In, they bring out car hops every year to work their parking lot. We get to hang out there in the saving station. And, so I try to rely on all the local restaurants, local businesses. And, I've kind of made a commitment that I'm not going to bring in, like a lot of outside vendors. I have got a couple of local vendors, that set up in Frisco Park this year. But, even those are, they're contributing part of their proceeds to one of the charities. So, it's not a way to make money. It's just something that I want to do to give everybody a good night of fun,
Well, it's certainly that. One thing that I've observed that you're doing that's really wise is to incorporate a lot of different things. Take the Railroads Festival, for example. It's not just a music festival. It's not just a car show. It's not just an arts and crafts show. It's not just the 5K, the parade. It's
right.
all of that.
Right.
It's a I don't even know what to call it, really.
Right.
It's not just the carnival. It's not just, the rides. It's all of it together.
Right.
And, like, it looks like when people bring in ideas to you, you're like, sure, let's try it. Like the
right.
cornhole tournament, Pocket Park.
Right.
McGonagall says, hey, I'm going to do this down here at Piggly. You're like, sure, go ahead, let's try it.
Right.
And it's all working because there's so much to do in that night. It almost needs to be, I could almost see it turning into like a whole weekend event. Have you ever thought about that?
A lot of people have said that, to make it a whole weekend event. I've not quite got to that point yet. Yeah. But and part
that's when
of
you will need a staff, probably.
Part of me is, like you said, I'm willing to try anything, but honestly, I'm very leery at this point about, when I do add something, I don't want to add it to make it any bigger. I just want to make it better because I don't want to tinker with it too much, dude. You know? I mean, really,
it's working. Let's don't.
Right, I'm scared to tinker with it too much because it's working. But now, like I said, though, I mean, there's only so many cars that can cruise around the loop, and so there's got to be other things to do. And so I kind of wanted. Listen, I got so many fond memories of downtown Amory, just growing up. And I don't know, there for a while, downtown Amory was just dead, I mean, it lost its soul, really. And I think that it's on the brink of something really good happening, and I mean, it's like you can see good things happening on the horizon, but I wanted it to be an event that kind of incorporated all of downtown. That's why I wanted, something kind of on every end of town and something in between, and something that, even if you didn't want to cruise around, if you just wanted to walk around downtown that night, there'd be plenty for you to do. And, live music to listen to, lots of restaurants open, businesses open late. And it just seems to work, though.
That's really cool. All right, let's rewind the clock for a minute to about 2001 maybe, or 2000, when the Cruisin' the Loop thing kind of just finally fell off. It got to where there was less and less people, and then it seems like, if I remember correctly, it happened kind of quick. What would you attribute that to?
I don't know. I've been asked this quite a few times, but I know, listen, even when I was, which I stopped cruising probably early 90s, right after I got married, probably 90, 91, in that neighborhood's when I stopped cruising. But even back then, it's like, we circled around Hardee's. Mm-hmm. And before I even quit cruising, they had hired like a rent-a-cop out there to clear their parking lot, okay?
Yeah, because that parking lot was packed.
It was packed, and if you ask me, that was the doom of their nighttime business, okay? That's when their nighttime business ended, is when they brought in the rent-a-cop.
Because then the loop changed.
Right, it changed and, kind of changed to McDonald's, but then, and someone reminded me of this just the other day, which is kind of ironic, but I think that at one point in time, they might have actually put up some barricades at McDonald's.
Seems like they did
on the weekend
they were
to
having
keep
problems.
people from driving through.
Yeah.
Which is ironic now because Robert Tomey's
they embrace it. Yeah,
Robert Tomey's our biggest supporter now. I mean, he
Yeah.
loves this event, and but it's probably a combination of that and just the advent of cell phones and of course at one point in time the gas prices got awful high there at one point
I'm sure
in
that
time,
was a factor.
bumped up to $4 a gallon and higher, and I think it was probably a combination of all those different things, that just kind of it kind of killed it. But now when it died completely, dude.
Absolutely.
I mean, there was no remaining.
Tumbleweeds like rolling down Main Street.
right. When it died completely.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've always hated it for my kids because they won't get to experience that kind of interaction with their friends on the weekends. And I mean, listen, it's good clean fun, dude. At least your parents knew where you were at, and there were cops out patrolling the streets, to make sure everything was cool. But like I said, I hate it, and I keep thinking that maybe this event might revive the practice. And I think to a certain extent it may slowly be coming back, because even these days my kids are, they want to go out on the weekends and cruise around Amory more than they used to, or if nothing else, hang out at the coffee pot or something like that. And so maybe there is a little light at the end of the tunnel.
We were just talking about this the other day, how if you got there too late and all the cars were gone, you're like, oh crap, what I missed? Where is everybody? Because we would all get together.
That's right.
And we'd have like an idea, like, hey, there's a big cow pasture behind so-and-so's house.
Right.
They got a big pile of wood they've been needing to burn.
Absolutely.
And they have a big field party that sometimes is planned in advance, but sometimes it just kind of springs up.
Right.
And everybody would go, and no cell phones then. You get to town and it's dead. You're like,
right.
Oh man, where's the fun? And I remember one time in particular, this is hilarious. Because again, no cell phones. Nowadays it'd be like, hey, drop me a pin. Where you at?
Right.
I don't even know what that means, but I hear a lot of people saying it, drop me a pin. I guess it's their coordinates or whatever.
Right.
But we had an idea where the party was. Like, we knew in the area. It was. And we're driving around back roads, and we're literally stopping, rolling down the window, and listening. And we could hear the music.
Right.
And the person riding with me was like, it sounds like it's coming from that way. All right, the fun is over there. Let's go. Let's find the fun because I can hear it. You hear like AC/DC blasting or whatever.
That's awesome, dude.
And we're literally driving around back roads trying to find this party. And by finding it, the way we find it is to get out and listen.
Right. Well, see, back in my day,
funny
really,
nowadays.
it never really died like that. I mean, that's, literally cruising the loop or finding your particular parking lot to hang out in. That was the thing to do. And we had, of course, folks we would hang out in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot, the Family Shop parking lot.
The Family Shop, that was ours. Me and my friends usually wound up there.
And then there was, of course, the Hardy's parking lot, Fred's parking lot. That was kind of my crowd there. And, like I said, I miss it. Therefore, I just, I tried to revive it, dude.
And going back to the social aspect of it, I remember each high school, you're kind of in your own little bubble.
Right.
And through Cruising the Loop, I got to make friends with people from like Hatley.
Absolutely.
'Cause I went to Smithville. Of course, there's nothing to do in Smithville on the weekends. I made friends with people from Hatley and Amory and other schools that I never would have even gotten to know if it hadn't been for the Loop.
That's what makes it so sad, for my kids is that, they're never going to have that experience to be able to socialize with, with their friends and neighbors. Some of them they'll never ever meet, and they won't have that experience. And it's just, I don't know.
I think it's
kind of bummer.
I think it's kind of poetic justice if that internet kind of killed the Loop experience back in the day, but now the internet is kind of what brought it back.
Right. It is, dude. This was an event that was born on Facebook. And I mean, I've never done any advertising outside of Facebook. Of course, they do a article in the paper every year and such as that. But really, it's, the event was born on Facebook. That's how I advertised for it. And that's, Facebook is the whole reason that this event is in existence to begin with. If it wouldn't have been for that original Facebook post, really, it never would have taken off, I don't think.
Yeah, and the reason I say that, I think internet had a big part in killing the loop experience back in the day is because, I can definitely speak from an entertainer, like being in the band aspect is I saw we were still playing music way back when that came about, and the internet was like a really great thing and a really bad thing because it gave people other options. The worst thing to do is to have to stay home on the weekend, like if you were grounded or something. That was torture. Right. But now the kids do it; they're self-imposed, like in solitary confinement with their cell phones. And if they do have a social interaction, it's their friends coming over to look at their cell phones and FaceTime or Facebook each other in the same room.
Right.
Which is
well, like I said,
like we're Snapchatting each other across the room.
My kids have gotten to where that they're, especially since this event has happened, they've started to, got their driver's license or getting their driver's license in the middle of all this event going on, and they get out now more. It's not like Andrew. He works at Food Giant. And, a lot of nights he'll gets off at 9 or whatever, and he'll just hang out in the parking lot with whoever gets off work and whoever wants to show up, and they'll hang out and talk. And that's how that starts, It starts with just a few doing it. And, but there's more people that will hang out and kind of cruise around now than, 3 or 4 years ago, I would say. Still not many. It's the practice is not back yet, but it's seeing a little light though.
I mean, records are coming back.
right.
So
who would have figured, dude?
I know it's kind of crazy, and I think you're right. I think it very well could make a comeback because doing stuff at your house isn't going to make you so happy. Like it's only going to take you so far. Right. And I use going to the theater to see a movie as an example. Back when I was in college, like we went to the movies like every weekend. Right. Because there wasn't much else to do. But now, everybody's got like a 5.1 surround sound, 50-inch flat screen TV with 3K. Like, you basically have a theater in your house. But, like me, I go to the movies less than I ever have now, but I'm never going to stop going to the movies. Exactly. Because I still want that experience. I still want the whole process. Right.
Which I kind of, listen, I'm not, the movie theater in Amory was probably a big part of cruising too, because so my grandmother worked there when I was growing up, and she sold tickets there from the time they opened until she died. And listen, I saw every 80s movie that come out because she would let me in for free. Dude, yeah. It was my first job. I would sell. I
still went there right up until when they closed, because sometimes I didn't feel like driving all the way to Tupelo to see a movie.
Right. And that's that was a valuable resource for this little town. It wasn't the biggest theater or the best theater, but it was something to do.
And it got you there.
It got you there. Right. It got you there and got you out of the house. And who knows? You go to the movies, you may cruise around the loop 2 or 3 times to see if anybody else is out. And it's that's how that starts, though.
Yeah, I remember thinking when the theater closed, I'm like, man, I feel sorry for kids now, because what are they going to lie to their parents about? Because we would say we're going to watch a movie and their parents would drop us off and then we'd go somewhere else. Like, how many people did that?
Absolutely,
you would watch it happen. You would see the kids get out and they'd wait. They would watch the car get around the corner. They're like, all right, let's go.
Seen it.
Yep. Yeah, you could probably stand there and make a good living blackmailing them.
Right.
Yeah, I really hate it. Like I said, it wasn't the best theater in the world, but sometimes I just didn't feel like driving 30 minutes to go.
Absolutely, dude. It was great to
watch
have
this one in Amory on bargain night.
Right.
It was like what? It was like $5 or less.
Yep. It was a great little resource for a town. I hate it's gone. And
the drive-in too. I remember it came back for a little while. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I think the only mistake they made at the drive-in, in my opinion, is they only opened it during the summer. Right. And in the summer, it don't get dark till like 8:30.
Right.
And they couldn't start the movie till it got dark, and it was hot. People were trying to run their air conditioner while they're listening to the movie and stuff. Right. I'm like, open this bad boy, year round, or at least when it's really nice outside. And you're gonna have a lot of people out here hanging out and stuff. People bring their lawn chairs and sit there. You could pick it up on your. You could pick it. Yeah, you tuned in the radio station, right? Because I lived on like Myatt Road, which is like not far from there.
Right.
And I remember my stereo in my living room, I could listen to the movie in there. Yeah, it'd be a little staticky, but I could hear the movies over my radio.
Right.
Some people are listening to go, radio, what is that?
The first movie I ever saw was at a drive-in. It was Blazing Saddles, and I was just a little kid, but I remember it very vividly.
Yeah, my parents went to the drive-in a lot. And when I was a little kid, and they would make a pallet in the back seat, and me and my sister would fall asleep, and they would watch the movie.
Yep, we had a station wagon, and the same way with us. Be a pallet in the back of that station wagon, and snacks, and
man, yeah. What are you looking for, like, for the future of Cruisin Amory?
Well, like I said, I don't ever want to tinker with the whole process too much. It's not to say that I'm not going to add new things as I go along, because I absolutely will. I want to keep it fresh and have things for people to do. But I only want to tweak it and make it better. I don't want to turn it into like a big circus. I don't want to turn it into something like the Railroad Festival, because listen, the Railroad Festival is great for the city of Amory. It absolutely is. Mm-hmm. It's it's part of our heritage now. It's been going on for years. But a lot of times, the people who live in and around Amory aren't the ones who attend that festival. It's
Absolutely.
people from out of town.
Well, it has to be to have that many numbers.
Right, to have that many,
What's the population of Amory? Maybe 3,000?
Probably 3,500 maybe is what I would guess.
But yet you have 30,000 come through the Railroad Festival.
Right.
How does that happen?
Right.
Where are these people coming from?
Right.
Are they
but
making
it's so many. It's so many people that a lot of times the local folks don't come out.
Right.
And that's what kind of makes this a little different, is that this is all about the local folks. It's not that, hey, we don't want people from surrounding areas to come in. We do. I want everybody to come and enjoy the whole experience, because that's what it is, dude. It's when you come out for this event and cruise the loop, it's like, just one trip around the loop is going to take you, 30, 40 minutes sometimes.
With that many cars, yeah.
Right. And so it's a whole experience,
Luckily, there's not as many stoplights now. It's mostly stop signs.
Right,
that
stop
helps.
signs. Yeah. And, but, that's pretty much the future of it. I want to tweak it every year to kind of, make it a little better every year. And, not so much make it bigger, but just make it better.
Yeah, I just Googled the population of Amory is actually 6,958 as of 2017. Yeah, I would have thought a lot
we were
more.
way off there.
But still, there's more than 7,000 people cruising the loop.
You had a lot of folks show up for that day. Tons of folks. It's I don't know.
When
it's
you
just
start
kind of
making a noise
mind-boggling.
somewhere, you get a lot of attention. And going back to, you brought up the Railroad Festival, that's another thing that's dumbfounded me. Like, how did that get this big?
You're right.
Every little town in the Southeast has some kind of festival.
Right.
And you usually wind up with like less than 1,000 people showing up.
Right.
I remember the Rod Brassfield Festival. It was fun, but it was a glorified, barbecue.
Right.
It was great. But, Smithville only had, it was like population 900. So even if everybody in the town showed up,
Right.
which they didn't, it's still not going to be that big.
Right.
But yet somehow Amory throws the Railroad Festival, and there's literally 30,000 people that come through there.
Right.
It just blows my mind.
Right, and a lot of that is good planning and good good direction on the part of that committee too. They do they do a fantastic job of putting that on, and
there's a lot to do. Like that again, going back to Cruisin Amory, it's about riding the loop, but there's so much to do. You don't want to just ride the loop.
Right.
You want to go to the Pocket Park. You want to go to Frisco
do
Park.
everything.
You want to do it all.
Yeah.
You want to check out everything.
Right.
It's like, hey, I heard so-and-so's doing whatever down here. Like, let's go check that out real quick. And
Right.
you'll cut a block and you'll go to whatever.
And that's what that's the theme for the whole event is just, I kind of want something going on everywhere. It's what I've always told Robbie and the boys playing this event. I'm like, listen, your crowd is not going to be your huge typical crowd, okay?
Right.
That's not what it's meant to be, The bands are out there for whoever wants to come walk up and walk away, and for the ambiance of driving by and hearing the band when you drive by.
Yep.
And just kind of add some excitement to the whole event. But you're right, there's several different things to do. And, if you're hanging out in the Pig Wiggle parking lot, hey, just get in, cruise the loop, stop somewhere else, And really makes for a fun night, though.
It really is, and it's very family friendly too.
Right, dude. Yeah, that's what's so
I may
great
or may
about
not
it.
have had some questionable beverages
Right,
tucked away
right.
conveniently, but still, we weren't causing anybody any harm.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's really cool that this is happening. If you would have told me 10 years ago that the Loop is going to make a comeback and there's going to be thousands of people there, I'd have told you were crazy.
You're right.
There's no way. And I said like every little town had their own little festival. Every town had its Loop.
Right, every town.
I remember the square in Houston.
Yep.
Is where they would do the Loop there. And Tupelo, it went around behind the bowling alley.
Right, Rebel Lanes.
Yep, Rebel Lanes. Every town had
Every
a
town
Loop.
had its own Loop.
But nobody that I know of has made a comeback somehow.
Nope. Like I said, when it died completely, and
Every time,
and it
everywhere.
almost seemed right. It seemed to
Universal.
happen everywhere. That's why I said I think it's kind of hard to pinpoint the exact reason, that it happened. Because when it stopped everywhere.
Yeah, when people started getting more options at home,
Right.
again, going back to like, how did your parents punish you? Go to your room.
Right.
Now your kids, you say, go to your room. They're like, okay,
Right.
that's where I wanted to be anyway. Like, I've got everything you could imagine to
Absolutely.
entertain me in that room.
Yeah.
But back in my day, it was like, the only time you went to your bedroom is when you were going to bed.
To sleep, right?
Yeah.
That was me too.
That's why
that
they call
was
it
the
a
only time
bedroom.
that I wanted to be in my bedroom was when I was sleeping.
Yep.
Otherwise, as soon as I would get home, especially on the weekends, listen, I would take a shower and
torture
be
being-
gone, dude.
Oh yeah, and you had to go out to the Loop to find out what everybody's going to do.
Right.
And what's
That's
going
why I
on.
said if you wanted to know where someone was at back then, you didn't call them up, dude. You just got in your car and you went and drove around until you found them, and sit in the parking lot for 20, 30 minutes or all night and talk, and
And sometimes that's all that was going on is just us hanging out in Amory.
right. I mean, that's a lot of times that's all it would be.
That's all you needed sometimes.
Right, and
And then
that's
sometimes like somebody would be like, "Hey, let's go throw a field party, or let's go to so and so's house," and a
Right.
big party would spring from there. And that's another thing I don't think kids will understand unless maybe if they watch Animal House,
Right.
the way the parties were back then
Right.
is so different.
Right.
Like I don't think anybody can get away with like the parties that we used to have
Right.
around Amory in like 89, 90, all through the 90s. You just couldn't do that now.
Right.
Let's go back to the bus thing real quick.
Okay.
Was that a complete restoration project for you, or was it
No.
pretty much like it is now?
I bought it just the way it is.
Okay.
Which it's not a fully restored bus. It's got kind of like a primer finish. It's not really primer, but it's a matte finish. And listen, you get up on it, you're gonna see some dents and some bumps and some rust and everything. But I mean, I had the guy who owned it. He had got it just to the point where I wanted to get one. I mean, I kind of dig having a patina ride anyway. I'm not one of these guys who really loves fully restored vehicles. I kind of like a vehicle that's got
Some personality,
right?
yeah.
It's got some personality and patina on it. But listen, he had it sitting out there. And of course, it's got the top racks on it, and he had an old Coca-Cola cooler strapped to the top and some beach chairs, and it's got them gangster wide white wall tires on it.
Yeah.
Listen, it was just sitting out there waiting on an old hippie like me to drive by, But I mean, he had it was mechanically sound. He'd had the brakes done on it. He even gave me the number to his VW mechanic to give him a call to see what all he had done to it. And it was a good price. So I'm like, you know what, I'm getting it. Life's too short to just want something all your life, And so we did kind of a quick budget review while we were down there on the coast, and just decided to get it, dude. And actually left it down there. We bought it and left it down there for a couple weeks. We were coming back with the kids and surprised them with it. And of course, it's like, listen, dude, we were like rock stars in that bus, man.
Yeah.
No joke, man. It was like every red light we stopped at, girls were chatting at my son sitting on the other side.
There
And
you
he's like, yeah, I can kind of see why you dig this thing, man. But it's a fun vehicle to have, though. And like I said, it's an attention drawer, too, man.
Oh
It's
yeah, there's more than one that I usually see cruising
yeah, my
around.
buddy Mike, the guy who I bought it from, his
Okay.
name's Mike Sledge, and of course we've, as soon as I met this dude, he's kind of like me. He's a laid back hippie, and that's part of the reason that I bought it is just because he was such a cool dude. I mean, he was like. We hit it off instantly, and honestly, we became really good friends. We talk to each other weekly now. Ever since I've bought it, and he's told me, he's like, dude, I'm not missing one of these events ever. So he drives it from the coast every year just to cruise around, And of course, there's a couple other VWs that show up in town that night, and it's kind of turned into like a mini VW event too, just because of, my VW bus kind of is being the one that started it all and kind of the,
like
the mascot,
icon.
the
Yeah,
mascot
the
of the whole event. And so a lot of VWs show up that night too, which is kind of cool too, because I dig them. I think they're cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Right.
Talking about not wanting to miss the event, that's why I'm so glad that we're a part of it. The band is this year because summertime, that's when everybody's booking gigs and
Right.
we're out on the road all the time. And I'm like, dude, I want to be at home when this takes place. And the best way to do that is to play the event.
Right,
And
dude.
I reached out to you and you're all
man.
about it. And so
I'm
really
stoked
excited.
y'all are playing. I'm excited. Y'all perfect fit for this.
This may be
man.
one of the first times a band has performed on the new stage, right? Because
It is.
It just
yeah.
got finished.
It just got finished. I'm not sure if
We'll break it in right.
Right, dude. Yeah.
We'll break it or bring it in. I don't know which
Right.
one.
Last year they we had a flatbed set up on the other side, and of course Robbie talked
Yeah.
about setting his stage up over there, and right at the last minute, he said, "Well, what about the pavilion?" And I'm like, man, you can do either one, So we'll see. Like I said, it expands the whole park area, though.
Yeah.
Music on one end, cornhole tournament on the other. So now you've got stuff, on both ends of the park, and I'm excited to break that new stage in, dude.
Me too, man. Because
Yeah.
I played the round pavilion thing, and no disrespect, it served its purpose, but it wasn't that great for live music because the ceiling was too low,
Right.
And the shapes weren't right. It was hard to get lighting
Right.
to work.
Absolutely.
And, this new one, it looks really cool. Like there's a lot of potential there for live entertainment, and so I'm
think so.
I'm looking really forward to it. Before we wrap up here, let's just kind of go through all the things happening that night aside from the obvious. Let's start from one end of town to the other and just list off everything
Right.
that's
I
going
can
on.
do it, dude. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Right. Well, Ground Zero is like the Piggly Wiggly parking lot, which the pig parking lot it's a big part of this event, and it's part of what makes this event a success, because when I was first thinking about it, I went to Joe down at Piggly Wiggly, and, I'm like, hey, here's what I want to do. I'm like, I want to take your parking lot over for a night. And he's like, I'm in. He's like, you do whatever you want to, And so, the Piggly Wiggly parking lot's kind of become ground zero for the whole event. It's where everybody, parks. And, of course, to get through there takes 10 minutes, cruising around that loop. But didn't nobody seem to mind, And so that's a big draw right there. We have Smoking Bros Barbecue that's out there, and that Joe donates all of that to the Humane Society. So everything that they sell,
cool.
the barbecue, the hot dogs, and this year we've actually got souvenir cups, which I'm pretty excited about. That's another thing. Talking about the T-shirt, that's another thing. Kind of legitimizes your event is
Will it contain a questionable beverage?
having a cup. I'll not say. Judge for yourself, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, all those proceeds are going to the Humane Society, which that's kind of cool. And so you cruise on out a little bit. You come to Vinegar Bend Blues Park, which has just been, used to be called the Pocket Park, but they're finally getting the Mississippi Blues Trail marker there.
Oh, cool! I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
dude. Yeah,
Nice,
we've been on that list for a while now, but hadn't been able to get that to come through. But anyway, so Carla's officially renamed that park the Amory. Let's see, Vinegar Bend Blues Alley is what it's called.
Okay.
And of course, on either side, got Bill's Hamburgers, Country Boys Hamburgers are staying open late that night. And right there in the alley, of course, we've got live music there all night. The Blue Light Travelers will be there.
Oh, nice.
They're starting off at 7 o'clock, and I believe they're playing right up through 10, and they're playing a double set of their whole show so that everybody can kind of, get the full experience of them. And they're really good. Play a lot of Americana, classic rock, blues, and good stuff. And then at 10, from 10 to 12, we got Colors That Ended Urple, which your buddy's in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those guys pretty good, and they're always great,
And
too.
the mayor is in that band.
Right,
So,
right.
shout out to him for
Right.
being really hip and cool and embracing
No
Cruisin
doubt,
Amory.
dude. And he
all
always
the city
has.
officials have embraced this so much, and it's really cool that we have kind of like younger, like open-minded administration that's like in a band and like down with all this stuff. It's really cool.
Right. A little weird, but very cool.
Yeah, weird in a good way.
And but anyway, they'll be playing, late night there from 10 till midnight. And of course, grab a burger, go out and listen to live music, and of course from there you can walk down Main Street if you want to. A lot of businesses are open late. That started last year. It's like a tax-free weekend.
Oh, cool.
For school supplies and clothes and shoes under $100. So a lot of the businesses on Main Street are staying open till like 8, 9 o'clock. Which gives you a good reason to walk down Main, and some places to get ice cream, and of course you got the coffee pot there.
Yeah, my friend at the comic book that owns the comic book store, they're staying open.
I sent them a message the other day. They hadn't seen it on Facebook yet. I was asking them if they were going to stay open, but I hadn't heard back yet.
Pretty sure they told me. I was just in there Saturday. I'm pretty sure they told me they were.
Oh, cool.
Which any business would be
crazy not to. Absolutely,
That's
dude. With that much extra foot traffic, Hey, listen, I'm staying until the last person leaves, man.
Yeah.
But so anyway, you get down to Frisco Park, and of course we got our charity cornhole tournament that's going on. And he's actually got a cornhole tournament going on that morning too, but the one in the afternoon is the one that's associated with our event. And all the proceeds, or half the money goes to the Humane Society, and then the other half goes to the players in the cornhole tournament. And of course, listen, last year it was our first year for that, but that was huge. Everybody loved that.
Yeah. It was massive. And it was good for the bands too, because
right, more people came out.
More people, and the band is right there. So
right.
And then they kind of drifted over
Absolutely,
to that too.
Dude. Yeah, it was a good deal to bring extra people in the park. And Jay Weaver actually had he was the one who came up with that idea, and he actually had the idea the year before, but it was last year before I implemented it. But anyway, we've got the Indulge food trucks going to be out there. They're going to have I can't think of who it is. It's selling pork rinds and caramel corn out there. It'll be cotton candy, and of course down at the pavilion end, we got you guys playing. We got Seeking 7.
Shameless promotion, Bill.
Right. Do it, brother. Which I don't know what order y'all are going in. I don't know who's playing first.
I'm pretty sure we're playing first.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
because they're kind of veterans of the Cruisin Amory thing. They
right.
Played it almost every year. This is our first year.
Right. I told Robbie, like I said, he's they've been with us since the beginning. That first year, man, they played for like free. I may have pitched them $100 or something, and still they play awful cheap. Because I hadn't got I still don't have a huge budget, but I told him, I'm like, listen, dude, this is you're in charge of the music. Put whoever you want wherever, but. So you guys, Kill J will be starting, and Seeking 7 following, and of course, from there you can cruise on around the loop. Either go and cruise around McDonald's or Hardee's or wherever you want to, And if you go the other way, which I did last year, we had a little VW meetup at Knight's Drive-In, which that's a cool place to hang out. A little Savings gas station, the old Savings gas station.
What's that big, the sandwich, like it's not a hamburger.
The steak sandwich.
The steak sandwich.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Man, that thing is insane.
Right.
I'm like, are you serious? Just look at that thing.
Huge,
like, there's not enough bun to contain it.
Right. But I enjoyed hanging out there last year. I actually ended up hanging out there a little longer than I wanted and missed seeing a lot of folks. But, it's a cool place to hang out. And if you want, you can cruise down like Martin Luther King and come in on the backside of Glendale Shopping Center, which I did that a lot too because, listen, my VW doesn't have air conditioner, okay? So fat boy's got to get the bus up to speed to get some air going, And so, if the traffic is a little heavy for you, just cruise down Martin Luther King, come in on the west side of Glendale Shopping Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, from there you can cruise around and do the whole thing over again.
Somebody told me one time, speaking of which, they said like back in the 60s, the loop, you remember where Sonic used to be?
On Hatley Road.
Hatley Road. Right. They said the loop was down Hatley Road and went around Sonic.
Absolutely. That's where it was when I was, I just had started cruising. Back then what I would do is, like after church on Wednesday nights or whatever, my mom would let me go with the older kids and cruise around, And that's what we did. It was down Hatley Road.
Or you could say you were going to the theater.
Right. No, they knew what I were doing. They just didn't care. They figured, well,
my mom's going to listen to
kids,
this. Confessions.
But I mean, that was a cool loop too, you know. And of course, even going even further back, there was a place there, you know, where Hardee's is now. It's called Shares.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they
tore that building
there.
down to build Hardee's. I forgot about that.
Yep. And of course, you know, at one point in time, they looped around Knight's Drive-In too. You know, it was a big loop right there. So every era kind of has their own
loop,
little loop. I think all of the thing that most of them had in common though was Glendale Shopping Center. You know, that was kind of always a turnaround point there, which kind of makes it fitting that it's now kind of become ground zero for the event. You know,
right? Exactly.
And but you know, I tell everybody just, you know, you loop wherever you want to on the other end, and you know, come back around and do it again.
You had mentioned, you know, it being kind of slow with that much traffic, but that's the one time of year you kind of want it to be, because that's when
absolutely,
you can, like,
dude.
you know, everybody's got their windows down and the tops dropped, like you have little conversations with people, and you'll say, "Hey, there's so and so, pull over."
Right.
But I have to give a warning to anybody that's coming through Amory that night that just needs to get somewhere. That is not the place to be.
Find an alternate route, dude.
Go around the downtown area, because it's definitely, you said something about it being slow to get around Piggly Wiggly, but it was a good thing. Because
it's a good thing, and
you
I
got
always
to talk to everybody while you're driving through.
Right. I always tell folks, I try to make one last post on Facebook before the event and tell everyone, you know, hey, listen, this is all in fun. Leave your road rage at home, okay? This is because it's gonna take you 30 minutes to make this loop. So just calm down and have some fun. Roll your windows down.
I've got a playlist on Spotify just for Cruisin Amory.
Oh yeah, dude, I absolutely do. Yeah,
maybe we can compare.
On my playlist. No doubt.
I may have forgot some songs.
So yeah, everybody just you know, kind of slow down and expect to you know, to be in traffic for a while. But like I said, you know, me not having any air conditioning, the only air conditioner in my bus that I have is those windows. So
those little sideways things that pull air in.
Right. Of course, it's got a it's got a sunroof in it too.
Oh, cool.
And but still, you got to be going down the road for that for it to cool you off, you know. And
we're usually in Kelly's Jeep, but the top's off, so you know it's all good.
Right. End of the night, man, I will be soaked from head to toe, man. Shirt and everything just from sweat. But hey, it's absolutely one of my favorite nights, if not my favorite night, I mean, of the whole year. It's what it's become, you know.
Yeah, I always look forward to it every year, and then now this year it's even more special because we're getting to perform and actually be a part of it. So it's gonna be really fun. Before we wrap up here, I know you have a lot of sponsors and people that support. Do you want to give any shout outs?
Yeah, let me think about that. I don't want to. My fear is leaving somebody out.
That's the thing. You always end with "and anyone we unintentionally forgot."
Right. We've actually got a new sponsor this year. It's Brown and Son Heating and Air, and they called up and. I mean, they were pretty excited about, you know, sponsor not just this year, but going forward. So, and of course we got Joe down at the Pig. You know, he's one of our main sponsors, has been from the beginning, and as well as Robert Tomey at McDonald's. And we also picked up another new sponsor this year, KFC and Taco Bell of Amory. And we got Walton's Greenhouse. They're a big sponsor, as well as Laura Gibson Photography. And who am I missing? If I'm missing anybody, y'all forgive me.
A lot of vendors. There's a lot. It'd be hard to remember all of them.
Right. I think that's.
Well, you can send me a list, and I can read them off at the end of the show.
Right. I think that's the majority of them, though.
Yeah.
So anyway, but if folks are listening to this, just go to my Facebook page, and that is where every drop of information about this event you'll be able to find, and you know, just check the last 3 or 4 posts, and you should be able to find out anything, you know, that you need to know. And if you have a question, I mean, anybody can just drop me a line on Facebook, and I try to respond pretty quickly. But at the end of the day, you know, just come out and cruise around and have a good time.
And again, I like to stress to everybody, this is a free event. All you have to do is show up.
Right, that's
it. And
even
if you just factor in the music, a lot of these bands that are playing, they're not usually in a situation where you can go see them for free. There's usually a ticket or a door fee or what have you.
Right.
But everything that's going on is 100% free.
Right, you should come out, and
all you have to do is come out there.
Every year I get some questions. You know, I'll get a question. Well, what does it charge? What do y'all charge to register my car to cruise around? I'm like, hey, come on, dude. It's nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't got to pay anything. Just come out and cruise around. You know, that's all you've got to do. If you want to listen to some live music, it's free. Just drop by and do it. You know.
Like I said on the last podcast, this is like it's almost like a parade that you get to be in.
Right.
Like you're in a parade when you do this, because there's so many cool cars a lot of people break out like the muscle cars and the
Absolutely,
motorcycles,
dude.
and everybody has like the Jeep thing going on. It's like there's all kind of these like the
Mixed
Jeep
in with
culture and the
family
bike
rides
culture
and
mixed in.
minivans too. Though.
Oh yeah.
That's
There's
what's
all
cool
of
about it.
Yeah, and all you have to do to be a part of it is just be there on that night.
Right, just show up.
About what time would be a good time to? About what time does stuff really start?
Officially, everything starts at 7, but
Okay, so
now,
there's
for the
official.
last couple of years, people started coming to town. Of course, it's a. Let me mention this too: that the day has turned into like a day long event because the junior auxiliary does the back to school bash that morning,
Okay.
which they have a parade. They have this whole big ordeal from like 9 till noon. So it's kind of like the whole day. It's kind of like a fun thing to do. A lot of things for kids and families to do. But listen, folks can come out and start cruising whenever they want to. But things are they don't officially kick off till 7. Which what we do, what we've done the last couple of years is we have like an opening ceremony in between like Glendale Shopping Center and the old Branch Bank. Mm-hmm. And I usually meet up there with my buddy Mike, and then we pick a grand marshal every year to lead off the first lap. Last year it was Robert Tomey. He's he's a big supporter, and he's got that badass Smoking the Bandit Trans Am.
Oh yeah,
And yeah. My son got to ride with him on that first loop around, and he was like in awe the whole time, But this year we've got a surprise grand marshal, and I can't wait to kind of holding off on announcing it, but
nice.
It should be fun. It's a big announcement, and so we'll have our our kickoff there, and at 7:00, our grand marshal will lead off the first lap, followed by me and my buddy Mike, and then whoever else wants to fall in behind us, and it'll be kind of like the first official loop. But listen, you can come out and set up in the pig parking lot whenever you're ready and cruise around whenever you want.
Awesome. Everybody be sure Cruisin Amory IV has an event page and an official Facebook page, and then they can go to your page and get any information going forward, including your surprise announcement. And I would assume.
Right.
Cool.
Does it have a hashtag for Instagram?
I've tried to do that the last couple of years. Thank you for reminding me. I will probably announce the hashtag maybe this week. I probably should have done it in this last post, but that's a good reminder there. Yeah, I will have at least 1 or 2 hashtags, and we actually had a photo contest the first year. I might even try to revive that because we had some really good photos that were taken that night, And so y'all be on the lookout for the official hashtag there, so we can, so we'll be able to find your pictures and even use it on Facebook too, because that's the way I can easily search out for pictures on Instagram, Facebook is using that hashtag. So, right.
I'm glad I remembered to ask you this. Obviously, as we mentioned before, a lot of people that aren't from Amory come to this. What are some of the ones you've heard about that are like the furthest away that they've came to cruise the loop? I'm sure there's people probably from Tupelo and maybe even Alabama.
Oh, yeah, dude. You will just look at the tags, man. I mean, from everywhere. You get all surrounding areas: Hatley, Smithville, Nettleton, Tupelo, Houston. And of course, a lot of folks are coming in from out of town this year because it's turned into, for the last couple of years, a big weekend to do class reunions too. It kind of fits in perfectly with a class reunion.
It's kind of a class reunion for me because the people I graduate with, I never see them, but they're all going to be at this.
It's like last year, the Park Hotel, whatever's there now, but it got booked the day after Cruisin Amory for this year's Cruisin Amory. In other words, they booked it a year ahead of time for their class reunion. Right, it absolutely was. And so a lot of people coming in from out of town just for the for those reunions. And my buddy Mike, he comes from the coast every year and brings his bus up. So so there are folks not just counties away but states away that are coming for this thing. And last year the hotel there was it wasn't booked solid, but the parking lot was full. Why
has nobody tried to reopen the Park Hotel?
Yeah, they never have. I think it probably needs a lot of
Leaving
work.
money on the table though, because think about this. Think about the Railroad Festival. I mean, even if the rooms were like high dollar,
Right.
there's some people that would book that whole weekend of the Railroad Festival and events like
Yeah, you're
this.
probably right,
It's
dude.
just right there over Frisco Park.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it probably needs some renovations, but it could be like almost like a Peabody style, like retro,
agree.
like old school.
That's why I said honestly, I think Amory's on the cusp of great things, especially if they can pass that alcohol initiative. Listen,
yeah.
if they can do
When does
that,
that come back up for voting again?
they're trying to do it this year, so we'll see.
October.
But that would be a game changer for Amory, and especially for downtown.
Think about
Amory.
like for me at the Railroad Festival, what that was. Man, if I could park a Budweiser truck next to the second stage, that's money, dude.
right.
We're off to the races now.
I'm absolutely hitting him up for a sponsorship next year.
It's like, man, that's a game changer.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I watched it happen in Fulton. I work in Fulton, and it's been nothing but good for them.
Right.
Every town that's
It's an economic issue, dude. I mean, it's
numbers don't lie. The alcohol related crime has gone down in every town that they've voted in alcohol for.
Right.
Which is opposite of what they predicted. They're like, oh, there goes the city. It's like, there goes the city. What, progress?
Right. Well, I mean, listen, a lot of restaurants, a restaurant can survive without having alcohol sales. But if you have a small niche restaurant, downtown that's a smaller building or whatever, they need those alcohol sales to be able to survive,
That's why they got it passed in Tupelo on Sundays.
Right.
Because it was hurting them so bad.
Absolutely. And that's why I said I think, especially with, I was really excited with the changing of the name of that pocket park there and getting that blues marker in there is going to be, puts us firmly on the blues trail. And like I said, there's several good places in downtown Amory for a good restaurant and bar, and because ultimately I would like to see downtown Amory be like it is on Cruisin Amory, maybe not to that extent, but to have a few restaurants and stuff downtown, where you could go hear live music, kind of like it is in Tupelo. I mean, downtown Tupelo, they have they've knocked it out of the park, dude.
Yeah.
They've knocked it out of the park. But
And think
Amory
about how
has
much of that development hinges not solely, but a lot on alcohol.
Right, absolutely.
Seriously.
And downtown Amory is set up perfectly for that, though. To have an entertainment district. And so anyway, we'll see what happens. But I see good things, in Amory's future, especially if we keep getting, more progressive leaders, like you said, and progressive-minded people who want to do some fun things. And so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Amory is right on the edge of something big, and it's probably going to take, because that's one thing that's really kind of holding us back, in my opinion, is it being dry. 'Cause
Absolutely.
People outside of here, and I try to explain that to them. They're like, okay, so the Prohibition, which was in like what?
33. Is that what
Right.
Like, y'all are still like there?
Right.
Like, isn't that kind of
That's like my buddy Mike.
very progressive?
My buddy Mike, who comes up from the coast just for this event, the first time he came up, I'm like, listen, dude, you're gonna need to stop. You need to stop at the liquor store on your way here.
You
And
need
he's
to
like,
spend money outside
he's like,
the
what do you
city,
mean?
which
And
is
I'm
so
like,
counterproductive.
well, Amory's still dry, and he's like, I didn't. Honestly, this was his honest reaction. He did not know that places like this still existed.
I know. Yeah,
he did not
I
know
run into
it.
that all the time.
And every year when he comes, he's like, I still can't believe it. But now he loves the town. He loves the town, the people in it. But he's like, I just can't believe you can't buy alcohol here. I'm like, believe it or not, dude, that's the way it is.
So strange. And this might be a rumor. I don't know this to be true, but I heard a long time ago that there was like, it may have been like Applebee's or a big chain restaurant came to Amory and looked around and was interested.
Right.
But they were like, kind of like everybody else, like, what?
Right.
Alcohol.
You could be. You always hear those rumors when a town is about to go from dry to wet. You always hear, well, we may get this, we may get that. But in my opinion, that's not what it's about. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not about luring in. Although you're right. If you are going to get a bigger chain restaurant, you're not going to get one. You may not get one anyway, but you're not going to get one, period.
Certainly not going to one if they can't sell
You're
booze.
surely not going to get one if
Certainly
they can't sell alcohol. But, even the smaller restaurants, though, that would
Look how
be
they'll benefit.
very beneficial. Someone who was thinking about opening a small restaurant in downtown Amory but that might be the push to get them over the edge, the alcohol sales, knowing that they've got that revenue to fall back on. And I think it's a vital importance. Plus I don't know, it pisses me off that I've got to spend my tax dollars, and drive 15 minutes down the road
more,
and spend my tax dollars there. I mean, I just as soon spend it, right. I want to buy my beer while I buy my groceries, dude. I mean,
which makes me go to Tupelo to buy my groceries.
Right. Same with a lot of people,
I just don't go out of town to buy my beer. I go out of town to buy it all at one shop.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of folks are like that. When they're out buying beer, they stop and go get groceries too,
Well, yeah.
And
the argument against it is also antiquated because, I mean, the argument against it is always like, well, we just don't want that here because people will be doing it more.
Right.
Like, nobody's going to start drinking.
Nobody.
Because it became... The people that are going to drink are already drinking, dude.
Right.
Nobody's going to go, well, I didn't really want to drink, but now Emery's wet, so I guess I have to.
Right.
Let's go get some beer. Nobody's going to do that. It's not going to cause people to drink.
Right.
They're already drinking.
Right.
I'm drinking right now.
The only difference is...
I just finished.
The only difference is they're taking their tax dollars outside of the city limits of Amory. That's the only difference, The only thing that changes
I guess they're allergic to money. That's the problem.
I don't know.
The money allergy.
It could be.
Oh, well, man, I sure appreciate you coming in here. I've had a
Absolutely,
blast. This has
dude.
been
Yeah,
awesome.
it's been great. Yeah, I love your little hangout here, too, dude.
Yeah,
It's,
just go ahead and commit to. We're going to do this every year.
Right, let's do
Cruisin
it, man.
Amory, about
Yeah.
a couple weeks out. To
Pencil
help
me in.
build up the hype. And
Perfect,
the band is looking forward to playing this year. I'm going to probably update my Spotify list, too, because I'm going to cut a couple loops before or after we play. And, we get to enjoy everything else going on. And all I know today is keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, bro.
You're
I
killing
appreciate
it.
it.
You're killing it.
Right. Thank you, man.
Alrighty. Well, thanks again for being on. And if you have anything else coming up, give us a holler.
I'll do it.
All right. So, 1982, this song was popular. That was the year Kim was born. I think they wrote it about him. Yeah. So.
This is Eye of the Tiger. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, we feel obliged for you tonight. Something I can hold on to.
Like what?
Think I'm like the others before. Saw your name and number on the wall. Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, don't change your number from 8675309.
Tell us how it makes you feel.
You don't know me, but you make me so happy.
It does make you happy, doesn't it, Brad?
I tried to call you before, but I lost my nerve. I tried my imagination, but I was disturbed. Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, don't change your number from 8675309.
8675309.
8675309. 8675309. Here we go. Got it. I got your number on the wall. Got it. For a good time, call.
You better call me, Jenny. Why don't you do a rotary phone? Call me. 8.
871.
Those new band shirts look awesome. Where did you get those done?
At Anarchy Design.
They do screen printing now?
Oh yeah, they do professional custom screen printing at a very competitive rate.
Well, where can I find them?
Look them up on Facebook, facebook.com/anarchydesign69, or email them at anarchydesign69@gmail.com. You can check out some of their work on their Facebook page. When you're ready to order, you can send them your idea, or they can design it for you. It's a one-stop shop for all your screen printing needs. That's anarchydesign69@gmail.com. It's a one-stop shop for all your screen printing needs. That's anarchydesign69@gmail.com. Well, I do have one surprise.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
This is the beer that I made, not with the ghost pepper, but with the other. I just poured
okay.
this one to try on the air. We're recording, by the way.
Oh, so I can drink it now?
Yeah, but if it's not good, you have to pretend like you like it because everybody's
I'm
listening.
gonna Tell the truth.
It's got a good color to it. It's kind of got
yeah.
it's like a dark gold.
This has got I like it.
The hops are coming through better now than the last time we tried it. Still needs some more carbonation.
Yeah.
It needs to go about another week.
It tastes a sour note to it.
Did you? I didn't get sour. I got bitter.
I don't get much bitter.
I got a little bit of bitter. Of course, I'm at the bottom. I'm towards the bottom of the bottle. I'm probably getting sediment. I mean, I'll drink it.
I'll drink it. It's great.
It's drinkable. You can finish that.
All right. Well, I got 2 beers.
Well, you got 2 hands.
Well, I got my phone.
2 because I was looking up something.
Looking up something to talk about on here.
Yeah.
Good, because I have nothing for this outro. Other than that's my only trick I had in the bag right there.
Well, I was gonna record it myself, but I knew I was coming over here tonight because I was gonna experiment with my experiment and record it on my phone and send it to you.
Yeah, you can do that anytime. Hey, go over and talk to Sean. I'm trying to do a podcast, buddy.
Hey, Pig.
He's like, no, do not quit petting me. He's like bullying me over here.
Not today, sir.
You will love me. All right, we're wasting tape here, man. What you got going on over there? Can you give us a hint?
I don't know. Why not just forget what I was doing? While we're doing a podcast, I was reading a book. I just started the second one. It's by a guy named Pierce Brown. It's about they settled a futuristic Mars. And there's lunar.
It's a hot topic right now.
There's lunar colonies and stuff like that, and it's basically there's through genetics and stuff. Basically, the Earth, as we know it, humans are different, and as time went on, they started genetically breeding people for certain tasks. Like these people who do this well are bred this way, and these people who bred it. Basically, they just invented all these other races, and of course, one of them.
This is based on a true story, right?
No. All these other races are have created a bottom and a top, and everything in between, and it's about an uprising from the bottom and so forth and so on, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty interesting.
How far into it are you?
I'm about 3 hours into the it's audio, so 2 or 3 hours into the second book, and they're long audios, just under 20 hours each, so like 16. I think this one started at 18, or vice versa.
How do you pick books that you're interested in listening to? Do you
depends.
judge a book by its cover? Do you read the synopsis?
I Google search popular sci-fi, popular fantasy, and stuff like that, and when things pop up. And plus, I have a friend he recommends them, and I'll just go from there. So, and I also have a library card that I can check out books online, and I just put in certain search things like fantasy.
Wait, are you being serious right now?
Yeah,
You have a library card.
I have a library card for Cruisin Amory, and plus
That's something. That's something I'm really surprised the internet didn't replace.
Well, it did. It did.
Like, how are libraries still thriving?
They
I mean, I know you still need books, you still need to do research, but can't you Google everything that's in the
you
library?
can Google everything in the library, but like some libraries have an online library, and you can through certain apps and things, you can check out audiobooks. You know, buying an audiobook is not cheap, even if you go through like an Audible thing where you pay a monthly fee and use a credit. They're still expensive.
I have the library people on the line, and they are not happy.
But you can check out audio. You can check out an audiobook at these libraries, and you check them out and download them to your phone or whatever you're listening to them through. And then after you're done, you just delete it from your phone.
But it's free to get books from the library, isn't it?
Yeah, you just
The only thing you pay is if it's late.
right,
Of course, how can an audiobook be late?
right. But you just can't keep it and download it and copy it and send it out to
Dude,
your
I'm
buddies.
totally going to get one. Do
You
go
have to find a library that
Do I have to go to the library to get a library
I
card?
don't-
Or can I do it online? If I'll go to the Amory Library right now and get a library card,
costs $1.
and I can get like a bunch of audiobooks.
You could, but they don't support it anymore. I did have it for a little while though.
Also, Amory's not set up that way.
Amory's not set up that way.
Oh.
But there are other online libraries out there that you don't have to live in that state that you could check out books for.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very worth it.
Yeah, that was the big appeal for libraries, is that you could go get a book for free and read it and then take it back. They even had the night deposit. You remember that? Because if your book was late, you wanted to use the night deposit.
Right.
Otherwise, they made you pay it right then. But it was only like 15 cents. It
Yeah.
was like super cheap if you're late getting the book back. But it's just like a Redbox thing. Like, at some point, you're better off just buying the movie depending on how late you are.
I always brought mine back. Now back when there was movie gallery and stuff, I'd keep one for a little while.
You know what? Just talking about Mars, it kind of dawned on me today because, you know, like on Yahoo News, whatever stories you click on the most, it like makes an algorithm based on what you like.
Right.
In other words, when I go on my Yahoo, I don't see stuff about wars and, you know, like, I see like Game of Thrones and like Marvel and, you know, I see those articles because it knows that's what I click on the most. I don't see anything about the Kardashians or unless it's sponsored. So I see a lot of stuff about, you know, like SpaceX and NASA and, you know, space stuff.
The top 3 things on my Google right now is something about a Punisher logo,
Oh, Sean, will you flip the burgers, please?
a UFC thing,
There's a thing in the pan.
and something about The Walking Dead. That's my first 3 things. And something about homebrewing is the 4th.
Yeah, if you look at mine, you can tell I'm a nerd like right away. There's always something about Game of Thrones and something
Stranger
about
Things.
Yeah.
Steel Panther announces his Heavy Metal Fall 2019 UK tour.
So I noticed something. All the talk about Mars has been all about colonization more so than exploration. Like, they're really, the headlines always have something to do with colonizing Mars, which is cool. I think
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. I think that's great. Matter of fact, I'm like, dude, it's about time. We went to the moon in 1960, whatever, allegedly. What was that, 1968?
69. This year's the 50th anniversary or something like that.
Oh. I mean, it's been long enough. We haven't been off this planet in a long time. Let's go somewhere. But the fact that they're really emphasizing colonizing makes me kind of go, what do they know that we don't? Is the human race like in danger of going extinct or something, and we really need another planet in the mix? Like, what's going on here? Like, let's throw that conspiracy out there. You're not big into stuff like that, I know.
I on a fiction basis, I am. And as far as outside of
You
that,
like science fiction, not like science nonfiction?
it depends. It depends on what it is. Some of it I do, some of it I don't.
But I mean, do you get down on space stuff?
I don't really get down on space stuff.
Okay.
Space exploration, no, I do not.
I'm always listening, you know, when somebody's talking about space, because it's mind blowing, you know.
No. Even though my first crush had something to do with Space Camp,
Whoa.
the movie 1986, and I think that's the year Sean was born, wasn't it? Did Space Camp come in 1986? You watch Space Camp? Sam Max in space.
Like, how's that not an horror movie? Robots are like scary, man.
That was a badass show though.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I liked it.
I don't know if it held up or not. I haven't seen it.
I have. It's still good.
Okay.
She's still hot. She's still hot now.
All right, so you're not into that, so I won't, stay on that topic too long. But there's been, I know you don't get down on aliens either, but there's been so much talk in the news about aliens too.
I'm good
More
with
so than ever.
I'm good with the aliens as long as it's a story and not you telling me.
And I'm not just talking about people talking about storming Area 51, although I think that's kind of funny. Have you seen some of that? Like celebrities are like,
what are they thinking?
I guess they think if enough people show up, the government's not going to shoot them. Yeah, it is a joke. But that's kind of the premise is they can't turn us all away.
All they gotta do is shoot one.
Yep, and everybody else will run.
Whoa!
No, for real, guys. Let's go.
I'm good.
This isn't funny anymore.
Yeah. All they gotta do is pop one.
Yeah, that's true. Or turn one of the real aliens loose, like one of the badasses. Some of them Demogorgons.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this Area 51, we don't have aliens. We got the upside down. So good luck with that.
I was going to talk about Stranger Things a little bit. Are you done with it?
No, I'm on episode
Good God, Mark.
6. I'm close. I'm on the
You was on 6 last night. What have you been doing?
I mean, I had to work.
It's only got 8 episodes.
They tend to frown upon watching Stranger Things.
You Voxered me 2 hours after I left last night. You had time to watch almost all of them.
You left early last night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where you could watch Stranger Things.
I can't remember what I was doing last night. I'm sure it was something important.
Very important.
But no, it's been good. I've heard of. Well, it's the internet. What do you expect? But I've heard a lot of people bitching about this season. I'm like, dude, it's good.
It's good. I have a prediction about next season.
I don't think I want to hear it because it might be spoilery. How many episodes is it? 10?
I know. It's like 8.
Damn.
Like you could have finished.
Well, that sucks.
The last episode is like an hour and 20
They
minutes.
better not if they're only going to give us 8 episodes, they better not make us wait as long for season 4. Because that was a long wait to get season 3.
Yeah. And they've grown a lot since season 1.
Yeah, they better hurry up or them kids are going to be grown.
One of the main kids, he's like in a band. He's lead guitarist and vocalist for his band.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How the burgers looking, Sean?
Good.
That's burnt for you.
Yeah. I may take one of them raw ones and just eat it.
They're not done for the normal people.
There's one on top that was still floating when I turned it over.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this season. I think it's good. I was surprised they. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Are we doing spoilery talk or no? Because it would spoil me too.
You haven't watched it yet.
Well, I was going to talk about the big bad, but I'll wait. And I haven't. I may be going. Are you going with me tomorrow night to see Spider-Man?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to because Kara's got like.
There's at least a 72% chance I'm going to go see it.
Who you going to go with if I don't go?
I mean,
because Kara can't go.
I'm one of these people that I'm not bothered by going to the movies by myself. It doesn't. I don't feel sad
want
about
to,
it. In fact, like you remember we got separated at what was that, Suicide Squad? Or what movie did we go to, Sean?
Suicide Squad.
Was it Suicide Squad? We got separated, and I actually liked it because
Yeah.
I got what was I? How did that happen?
I don't know.
Y'all went in the theater before me, and I didn't know where y'all were, and I was like, oh, screw it, I'll just sit down.
I was like, me and Jeremy sat together, and you and Kelly sat.
No, I think I sat by myself, and I liked it. I was like, this is cool because I don't have to keep telling anybody to shut up.
I asked Kara what she was doing tomorrow, because Kara's already told me I can't see it without her.
Because, you know how we are. We get together, we have that group mentality, and we're all snickering and nudging each other and be like...
But
Right here, drink a sip of this whiskey I snuck in.
Laura's leaving it really early in the morning, so I'll probably get up and go to Tupelo, go see my mom, go do stuff like that. So, but Kara's got something going on. I got to get there and get back by like 5 o'clock. So, you could probably go.
Yeah, don't. If you can't go, that's not going to stop me from going.
So go ahead and go with Sean, and I may go see it like at 12 o'clock.
Sean, you want to go? You want to go see Spider-Man tomorrow? That's a firm maybe. You know,
I'll go to like noon or something.
it's cool that they got a bar there now.
Yeah. I checked the times out.
But beer and movies don't go good
They don't go
together.
good
'cause they make
together.
you pee.
Yeah, especially comic book movies that are really long and you got to wait till all the credits are over with.
I knew I was going to have to go take a leak during Endgame.
Oh,
'cause
good
it's
Lord,
3
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter if I was drinking or not. I think I drank one because I was waiting on Sean to get there.
But this,
I gotta sit here and have an IPA real quick.
what was the, you've seen this, but Stranger Things was set in, 80, they had a clip and it was like 84, right? 84, 85?
Yeah, there was something that happened. There was a movie they went to go see in the show.
Yeah.
And they found out later the movie wasn't out at that time, so they had to change it to a screener, a preview.
Oh, really?
They went in and digitally fixed it.
Fixed it? Cool. But you had,
I can't remember who told me that.
oh yeah, I will just wait till you're done in the next podcast. What I'll talk
By
about.
the next podcast, I will have.
I will talk about.
And hopefully, I will have watched Spider-Man with or without company.
Right. Well, I may go see it tomorrow, but it just may be like noon.
Well, if you go see it tomorrow, that'll put pressure on me to see
Just,
it.
I'll let you know. Go and go see it.
I gotta go to Shane's tomorrow. I can go straight from there,
What time you gotta go to Shane's?
right after work. Yeah, that's fine. I can still do that. What else we need to talk about before we get off here? Any announcements? Well, I'll make announcements at the beginning.
We tried your ghost pepper beer last night.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
It was a pleasant burn. I like it.
Man, I'm so happy about
was
that
good.
beer. I've never been more happy about anything I've made in my life. I don't think.
It was good. I liked it. It was
And I
good.
even made a knife one time. I made a damn knife and it went as cool as this beer.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool knife though, by the way.
Oh, that reminds me, I have to show you something. I went to the homebrew store today, and he had something. He had ordered something, and it was
You're not talking loud.
it was not what he meant to order, so he had to order again. So he's got them on sale for cost, and it's pretty awesome. It's a 4-gallon stainless steel fermenter at basically just cost. They usually run for about $100, so he's got them. He's got them for like 88, 89, 90, something like that. Awesome.
Yeah, man. I don't think it could have turned out better if I wanted it to. It does everything I wanted it to do. Because here's the thing. I've eaten a ghost pepper before. I don't ever plan on doing it again, but I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad it's in the past. But here's the thing. You're going through all that pain. And, it hurts. It burns so bad. But if you can, mentally suppress that, there's a good flavor there, too. And I was like, I want to bring out the flavor of the ghost pepper without the oral torture of a ghost pepper. And this did that beautifully. And it's hot. But it ain't as hot as a damn ghost pepper. Trust me.
Oh yeah. And this is the thing. We just drank the other half of this, the exact same beer
Without the ghost pepper.
without the ghost pepper, but with a dry hop. And it's like I don't know, in between a blonde and a pale ale ish maybe.
I don't know what that is.
In between a blonde and pale ale.
I think first of all, it needs to age a little.
Yeah, it's not.
Probably not going to open anymore.
It's not bitter enough for a pale, and it's
I'm just going to put these bottles up somewhere.
Well, as soon as they, just stick them in the closet and drink them in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be good then.
We don't do that enough, I don't think.
No, we don't.
We've talked about the Hulk smash on here on the last episode, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be as near as bitter as I always thought. I tasted a little sample of the today. I'll keg it tomorrow and I'll bring it back out. I'll bring it out here tomorrow. It's not as bitter as I thought. It's pale ale-ish. It's good. It's going to be a good beer.
Well, there's almost no way it's not.
You're right. I checked it and I pulled a little sample off of it, and
Well, tell everybody while I grab me another beer. Tell them what we're making next that you've already bought the ingredients for.
yeah.
And it's going to be a 10-gallon batch, right?
No, but it's we're going to do exactly like we did on the barley wine, and I ordered I got the 5-gallon Hopsecutioner clone, aka Raptor Piss, and it's going to be almost 8% alcohol beer. So after we get that beer off and get that to boiling, we're going to do a second running and make a lighter beer, pale ale-ish or blonde, or somewhere along that line. I got some leftover hops and I got some yeast, and it'll be good.
Does it feel weird when I walk out of the room?
It is completely weird.
told you.
It was odd. I was like, should I stop talking now? Did you notice that it was weird? I mean, I did, but I was like, I guess I just keep going. Yeah.
Two different answers. Okay. I'll go with the last.
Just go with the last one. But I want,
Sorry,
and
I
another thing
I
why
had to flip the
it was
burgers.
weird is because
Sean fell asleep.
I wanted you to hear this because you hadn't heard this yet.
I'm going to hear when I listen to podcasts.
I know, but we're going to talk about it afterwards. But I'm going to do a second running on this beer,
Yeah, I knew that.
and I have some. I talked to Mark, and I had some Willamette. I don't know how to say it. Willamette hops, and I have a half ounce of that, and I have a half ounce of Hallertau. He said the Willamette will make it, the English pale ale-ish. The Hallertau will make it more Kirsch. I have some Kirsch yeast that I washed, so I can use that.
That's right.
I can use the Kirsch yeast to make a starter with it. And I also have some Fuggle, which is
What?
some Fuggle hops.
That sounds made up.
It does. A lot of hop names sound made up. Like,
There's a lot of hops.
like Simcoe, Calypsico, and they're just weird. And like when he was, I told him, I was like, I also can put some fresh hops in there because it's homebrewing and you can do what you want. And that's exactly what homebrewing's about.
To me, that's the funnest part of homebrewing.
You just do what the hell you want.
Is improvising and science and
If
stuff.
you want to put a
mad science and
freaking ghost pepper in it, you can put a ghost pepper in it.
dude. And I'm going to come back to this, not to have two topics going at one time, but it's such a weird thing for that to happen. You're not expecting that in a beer, but it's
No.
not bad.
It's not bad.
Like when you take a sip of beer, the last thing you expect is pepper.
That's the thing. I don't know if I would sit down and
Hot
drink
pepper.
one,
I'm positive I will.
but yeah. But I would use it in
Chili.
chili cooking and stuff
That'd
like
be
that.
good in chili. I'm gonna do it again. I'm growing jalapenos, and I've got a bunch of them on the. They're not ready to pick, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a jalapeno beer too.
What if you when you soaked your like when you done your brats and you soak them in like a bath of beer and onions, simmering on the grill for a little bit
Well, I tell you what I've done
before you put them on the. What if you use your ghost pepper beer on your brats?
what I've done before is gotten a pot full of beer
Yeah,
and like cooked the brats in it and then finished them off on the grill. That's amazing.
that's how he done them at the first homebrew meeting at
Yeah.
his house. Simmer them, don't boil it, just simmer them out until they get done.
Yeah, you're basically like cooking them halfway in the beer and halfway over the flame. You're finishing them off on the flame.
Get the
So I've seen people cook them in the beer though, and just do that.
completely cook them in the beer.
Yeah,
and
that doesn't suck either.
then get grill marks. Just get grill marks. That's yeah. You can do that for your brats. You just use the ghost pepper beer. Give them a little spice.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But I don't want to waste all that beer though. It takes a lot.
Well, not if you use
Like I use some cheap ass beer when I
No,
do
yeah,
because I don't want I don't want to waste beer.
right. I think he used a beer that went bad, or didn't. It was beer, but it had an off flavor.
They had a Kentucky
like
Beach.
They had a
Dude, let's do that with the Kentucky Beach.
yeah. You could use it for cooking with.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, going back to the other beer, or do we have a name for this yet? I mean, what is it? It's basically Raptor Piss Part 2.
Well, the Raptor Piss is an IPA.
The Return of the Raptor.
This is not going to be an IPA at all.
We'll call it R2.
I'm going to hop it more mildly. So it's going to basically be a blonde-ish.
So what are you expecting out of the second runnings? Uh-oh. We're flipping out the calculator.
I had to pull it.
By then we should have more hops growing on the hop vine out there.
Oh, we'll need some.
We cleaned them out pretty good the other night.
We have this recipe calls for an.
You put that in the Hulk Smash, right? All those hops you got off the vine the other
Yes,
night?
I just checked it today, and I just kind of give it a little turn because they're still kind of floating on top. So I just kind of gave it a turn because of the
to get the other side of it.
To get the other side of it.
You put it in the hop sock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got 4 ounces of fresh hops. There's I found a calculator, and the total batch is going to be. We're going to get we're supposed to get like I think the original gravity on our beer that we're making is supposed to be like 1.074, and this recipe actually has the original gravity pre-boil, what it is. And with doing that, I can insert it in this little calculator here, and our second runnings on that will be about a 3.7. And I have a 3.7 would only give us about a 3.8% beer. So, but I got some malt extract that I can add to that and bump it up.
I think we should, because almost every time we wind up a little shy of what we predicted on the alcohol.
But this recipe,
and I don't want to make a non-alcoholic beer.
This recipe is efficiency is lower than what we've gotten on our lowest. But I can once we make the beer, I can check the gravity, and if it's high, since they have a pre-boil gravity, I can check that as soon as before we start. When we're heating it up, I can check and see how close it is. If it's way over, we'll be good on the second running, and if it's not, I got some DME that we can bump up the gravity points to get where we're at,
And now, is this the one you're using the washed yeast on too, right?
On the second runnings, I'm going to use a curl yeast that
And the first runnings, what kind of yeast are you using?
I've got a British ale yeast that I got to make a starter for.
Sounds classic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I tell you what I got in the mail today. You're going to laugh at me. But I bought this. It's mushroom coffee.
Yeah.
They say it tastes like coffee and not mushrooms, and there's a lot of health benefits to it. But you're basically making a tea. It's like little bags, little tea bags. Tea bagging it. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I had to order some shit from Amazon anyway because I was out of protein powder, and I needed some more supplements and stuff. And I've been hearing like the Joe Rogan podcast has been sponsored by it a few times. So I'll let you know how that turns out.
Awesome. I've heard him talk about those mushrooms, though.
Yeah, mushroom coffee. The curiosity factor alone's got me. I'm like, really? Mushrooms, coffee? So, all right. I guess we've talked about enough bullshit here.
30 minutes.
Yeah, well, by the time I edit down, it'll be about 25.
Is this the outro? Or
Yeah,
intro?
this outro.
You're supposed to do that little.
I'm gonna do an intro by myself. It's just gonna be like a quick little making announcements because we added some shows and stuff. Big shout out to Chad Houston for coming in and hanging out with us. We had a really good time. Can't wait to do it again. I'm looking forward to Cruisin Amory this year. It's gonna be amazing.
It's my first time.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out. Well, I know how I'll do it. Like, I'll go ahead and like get the band stuff out of the way, but I still want to like participate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to cruise the loop a couple times. Blast my '80s playlist.
Man, yeah.
That's a good playlist. Isn't it?
ADs.
Yeah.
Ain't that it?
Give it a silly
8Ds.
name, yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, there's people following my playlist.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Pretty good playlist.
Oh, yeah, it is a
pretty
good
solid.
playlist.
All right, well, thanks for listening to... This is 121, I think.
I believe so.
Let me see. The last 2 episodes have been killing it.
Good.
Yeah, everybody's listening to them.
which is good. This would be kind of pointless if they didn't. Yep, this is 121. Thanks for listening to the Real Pop Culture, episode 121. We've been broadcast. Why am I slurring? I've only had like 2 beers.
I don't know.
Thanks for listening to Real Pop Culture, episode 121. We've been broadcasting live from high atop the first and only floor of the Killj headquarters at the Killj Ranch. Love you, bye.
See you.
Shadow Stalkers Paranormal is a non-profit organization, a level-headed team with a knowledgeable background who tries to explain and debunk, not taking things solely as paranormal.
They try to help their clients with an understanding about the paranormal.
Shadow Stalkers Paranormal also gives back to the community by way of sponsorships, such as this one, fundraisers for historical sites and individuals with terminal illnesses.
They strive to make their team better and make a difference.
You can find them on Facebook, facebook.com/ShadowStalkersParanormal 38821. They're ready to believe you.